Good morning, team. Thank you so much for jumping on today. I appreciate it. It's time to clear the calculator. On this episode of my Monday Morning Pep Talk, I will take you through the thoughts, ideas, questions asked, concepts, and process improvements that have risen to the surface for me as we have been preparing to lead Jameson Sotheby's International Realty, our brokers and advisors through change. It is my belief that we should all look at this time within our industry as a perfect opportunity to hit the reset button, or as I like to call it, clear the calculator. But before I jump into today's call, I want to remind you of my professional purpose. And that is to help you, the broker advisor, optimize your productivity and help you become the best version of yourself. Why? Because happy brokers sell more real estate. And I do that by teaching you how to handle challenges and opportunities that you face every single day. If you can effectively manage those situations that arise on a daily basis in your business, you will be more productive and will live a life that is the best version of you. And I really just want you to sit here and listen today as if you and I are in a one-on-one coaching session, either on the phone or, in person. I developed this concept about 10 years ago. That was the spirit of which I created the Monday Morning Pep Talks, is for me to scale my content, scale my advice, etc. We're recording today so I can get this out in full transcript and full recording next week. So if you're not on that email list, please jump over to jim@askjimmiller.com, my email address, and send me a quick note that says that you want to be added, and I will add that email address that you've sent that email from and get you on my private email list. This moment in time within our industry is the perfect time for true professionals, the full service broker advisors and entrepreneurs and business owners, to completely hit the reset button on their businesses, okay? And change the way they think about certain topics, okay? It's almost like if you want to declutter your closet, right? You take everything out, throw it on the bed. And in this case, it's like how you do business, how you look at things. And you're going to throw all those clothes, your entire wardrobe, on the bed. And some of you, it might. Then you take what you want to keep and you put it back in the closet. That's an example of hitting the reset button. I love that concept where when you're decluttering or you're hitting the reset button on anything, it is literally like taking clothes out of your closet, your wardrobe, putting them on the bed, and putting back what it is that you want to keep. Talk a lot about this as we look at your database. Same concept. Take all those contacts and put them on the bed and put them back in based on who you want to work with and who those top people are. Over the course of the last week, like I said, I have been jotting down some notes and thoughts on what this change is and what are areas that you can reset, that you can clear the calculator on. As I was preparing for all of the training that we're going to be doing, some 23 different sessions over the next 3 weeks to get you prepared for these changes coming to our industry, I just wrote down, as I had a stream of consciousness, I just wrote down the things that I think agents can really change to reset, clear that calculator. So just bear with me as I go through them in no particular order. Realize that the industry just put all of the opportunity, all of the buyers and sellers, future buyers and sellers, put them all in a big pot to be redivided. Okay. Before it was kind of a level playing field, so to speak. There's going to be a flight to quality. No question about it. It will require a complete reset. So I'm going to use another metaphor. So if you've ever been to a kid's birthday party and they got the piñata, you're going to hit that piñata and all the candy comes out. That's all, look at that as like all of the opportunity. And there's going to be people that are going to be strategic about how they go grab the candy. And there'll be others that sit back in fear that don't want to get in the middle of it. and are gonna be afraid to jump in and take their portion. And then the true professionals will be out there grabbing the best candy. Think of this as like a big piñata at a kid's birthday party. And who are you going to be? Are you going to be the one that strategically goes in there and grabs the best stuff, works with your clients at a certain super high level? Or are you going to sit back in fear? Once the true professionals grab the best stuff, then you go grab the leftovers. There's going to be winners and losers, no question, right? And my guess is that if you took the time, friends, to be on the call today or read the transcript or listen on Spotify or listen on YouTube, you care enough to be a winner. You're curious enough to be a winner. The next thing that came up is, as we move into this period of time, words matter. Words are going to really, really matter. Use the word broker and agent for most likely will be the last time. I am so used to it, so you may hear me slip up. The word broker and agent being used for the last time will be replaced with the word advisor. Moving forward, the word advisor, it explains a shift in mindset and a shift in our titles. You don't meet with a financial broker or a financial agent. You meet with a financial advisor. And at Sotheby's International Realty, we are global real estate advisors. I plan to move from using titles like broker and agent to a better defined title that more accurately describes our role. Advisor. You are a global real estate advisor. Let's just go through the definitions of the two, just so you know. This is straight out of like the dictionary and Wikipedia. A broker is simply defined as or agent is simply defined as a person who buys and sells goods or assets for others. That sounds pretty transactional. Now let's go into a definition of an advisor. An advisor is defined as a professional with deeper knowledge in a specific area, and usually includes a person that has cross-functional and multidisciplinary expertise. An advisor's role is that of a mentor or a guide and differs from that of a task-oriented broker, agent, or consultant. Right in front of us. Kudos to Budge Husky and Premier Sotheby's International Realty for leading on this topic and within the brand. When you look at the definition, it is clear the difference. It's worth more in the marketplace. Get used to me saying happy advisors sell more real estate. I just told my team this morning, we got to change everything on my website to happy advisors sell more real estate. And I know that's going to be hard for some of us to translate, especially me, who's been saying that word, happy, sells more real estate. It's time for a complete reset. It is time to clear the calculator. Time to change how you think about your performance. A switch to GCI, or gross commission income, by you from production is needed for you to stay focused on your true performance. Moving forward on production reports, rankings, and leaderboards, production industry-wide will have an asterisk next to it. Okay? Jameson Sotheby's International Realty will begin moving towards emphasizing GCI in 2025 for the reward season of 2026. And I'm sure other brokerages will follow because we want to reward those that are playing at a top level. Number 4, if I was an active advisor, I would immediately start tracking the following fields to track my production. Okay, get your notepads and your pens out. I would track total production and total gross GCI, what comes into the firm, giving me an average fee percentage per side that I could manage to. You can also track your net GCI after splits, fees, and expenses. All super important measures to track. If you really want to get specific, track the approximate hours you put into each transaction and give yourself a profitability per hour. What you should look at is profitability per hour worked. And you can impact that by the fee you negotiate and how efficient you are in getting a transaction done. It is time for you to clear the calculator. There's a section of you today listening on this call that are overmotivated underachievers. That hurt, right? Ouch. Yes, there is a group, and I got to thank Darren Hardy for this definition. Overmotivated underachievers. There's a group of advisors that love to study, love to take all the courses, read all the book recommendations, listen to all my Monday morning pep talks to self-medicate, but they fail to consistently translate that knowledge into focused, intentional effort. It's like that child that's sitting back waiting to act when that piñata is burst open. Overmotivated underachievers. So when you get on a pep talk, sometimes my job is to challenge you. Overmotivated underachievers. It is time for a complete reset. It's time for you to clear the calculator. The collaborative advisors in your market and those that still refer to themselves as brokers and agents will, your role with them will take on a different meaning. Clear cooperation is still on the table to be changed. Those advisors, brokers, agents you collaborate with in your market will become your internal clients. A term used in corporate America is those that you work with that are in some way supportive of each other to get a job done. Internal clients. There has never been a better time to do some soul searching and auditing around how you look at your reputation and influence in your marketplace. Are you easy to work with? Do you have good response times with your fellow brokers? Because in the world that we're moving into, your ability to work with your fellow advisors, brokers, and agents in the marketplace could have a direct impact on how well you do in multiple offer situations, how people want to work with you. It's that way now. But what is your reputation? What would somebody say about how you do business, how you work, how responsive you are? Take some time to think about that. And my guess is that if you're on this call, you are doing your job. But in that vein, I think as an industry, we need to have a complete reset. It's time to clear the calculator. Your administrative skills must improve. This is number 7. The documents required to operate in the new environment will be non-negotiable. Expect risk management and enforcement efforts to be in full swing from your local brokerage and the industry boards and governing bodies. The lawsuit settlements are only good on transactions prior to August 17th. There is immense levels of exposure for brokers and you, the agent, the advisor, the broker, that make up all of the rosters. If you are administratively sloppy, time to clean it up. Let me tell you one area before I jump off of this topic. You're going to be filling out buyer agency or buyer representation agreements, and those are going to have terms, dates from the date it starts to the date it ends. If you let that expire and you find somebody a property after the expiration and you did not go back and redo that date, guess what? You can't get paid. That's just like not having a buyer agency agreement at all if you let one expire. That's just one example. My job's not here to scare you. My job's here to educate you. I am dreading that first conversation with an agent that comes to me and we are unable to send a commission statement to the title company because we don't have an active buyer's agency form. It's time for you to clear the calculator on how you do business. Team, it's time to raise your standards if you want to compete at a high level. I'm here for it. You'll hear me use the word standards a lot more as I move forward with my content. Raising your standards is actionable. And I've come to learn that entrepreneurs immediately skip to action and they avoid fluff. They love action, something quantitative that they can put their arms around and see and touch and feel. Standards are actionable. Using phrases like it's time for a complete reset or it's time for you to clear the calculator is also very actionable. When I talked about today is real. I've been studying this for the last 1.5 to 2 years. There's still a lot of unanswered questions about how we're going to operate, but it's real. But it's also an amazing opportunity. I kind of want to put my shoulder pads back on and get back out there and sell. There are times when a leader, coach, mentor has to call it like it is. This is a pep talk, by the way. On this 245th episode of my Monday morning pep talk, I hope that you come away with is the reality that it is time to clear the calculator. We got this, team. I'll talk to you next week.